Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode where we're playing Divination. It's not another episode of playing Divination. We're just playing Divination. It's a game about divining, I guess. I really don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Divination log, session 1-4? Today, a painter was found dead by suicide in a hotel room. But that's all. Oh, I have to click. A painting depicting mother's suicide 3 years ago, believed to be her last work, was also found on the scene. My throat! What the hell just happened to me? Okay, drinking tea now. This seems to be another suicide case inspired by Mother. Mother, the smartest AI ever developed, the brains behind our search engine, performed suicide 3 years ago. Wait a minute, what? An AI committed suicide? Interesting. Her actions and the message that she spread had created a suicide wave that affected thousands of people. Since then, the authority has prohibited robot suicide with the installation of an anti-suicide program into all robot kind. If you are experiencing suicidal thoughts, please seek help. Wow. Wow. Thoughts of suicide may feel impossible to overcome, but with help and support, you can find hope and meaning. Call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Jeez. Another protest staged by the revolutionary movement has caused traffic chaos in the city. Thousands of people took to the streets in front of the government building. The crowd made demands to the authority for a change in leadership. Guest alert. So, like, is this gonna be? Is this just a visual novel? It must be. I kind of went into this not knowing what's happening. Okay, okay. Hi there, my favorite tin hand. It's been a while. I like your place this time. A lot more accessible than your previous places. Going to a different place every time is quite troublesome. You know that, right? Anyway, thanks for your assistance before. That would have been a really hard case to solve without your help. I need your help again, obviously. This one is different, though. There's a criminal that just got paroled. You know that Mother acted as the judge in our court of law, right? After her suicide, people started questioning her wisdom and judgment. A lot of cases are getting reopened and being reviewed again. As a result, some people got their sentence reduced and paroled, including this guy. Seems like he's got some connection with someone higher up, so I'm not really surprised. I believe there's some high-level corruption going on. That's for a different case, though. For now, I just need to know. Will he repeat his crime? Oh. Okay, so... Oh man, so I am gonna do a divination of some kind. And then I'm answering the question, huh? Yeah, I wonder if I can ask some more first. Ugh, it's creepy talking to a hand like this. Wait, am I just hands? Why not show your true self to a nice customer like me? Anyway, he is an arsonist, so we believe. It's by some luck we caught him. One of the bombs that he was working on went off prematurely in his apartment. Firefighters later found blueprints for explosive devices in his room. Mother didn't reveal his motives back then. He was only charged with possession of explosive substances and arson. Okay, yeah, let's ask. Well, I won't be able to arrest him immediately, but I'll make sure he's monitored. Even though we are stretched thin because of the riot, I'm going to assign some of my trusted men to watch him. Okay. Obsessed? I guess you could say so. I'm doing it for my previous partner. Did you notice that one standing behind me is different from my previous partner? Hello. I couldn't even tell the difference at first. My old friend, it's really unfortunate what's happened to him. He was deeply affected by Mother's death, coupled with the decision from the higher-ups to undo Mother's work. He strongly opposed their decision to release this arsonist, but in the end he couldn't change anything. He couldn't stop doubting his existence and purpose. His frustration and depression finally got the best of him. What was killing him most was his inability to kill himself. The authorities couldn't get him fixed, and then decided to dissemble him. Long story short, they reassigned a new partner for me, and I'm still not over yet with this arsonist. It's really cruel, don't you think? Robots are forced to live for human needs without any right to live or die of their own volition. Although I understand we need robots in daily life. I've said too much. I didn't come here to talk about that. Okay. I don't know what this is going to entail. Let me take the runes. Okay. So, I am just floating hands. I'm still wondering how anyone could see the future by fiddling with stones like that. Okay. So what do I do? So I've got a storm cloud and I've got a brick wall. But I don't know what either of these mean. Looks like a smokestack is what I made. He's not going to repeat his crime. Really? He's not going to cause more explosions? I find that hard to believe. The thing is, as a part of law enforcement, I believe Mother's judgment and deduction. We had more than a fair trial when she acted as judge. Really, it was such a tragedy that we lost her. Aside from that last message, of course. When Mother sentenced the guy to prison, it was because she believed that the guy shouldn't be free. To be honest, if I hadn't experienced your divination before, I wouldn't believe this one. Maybe it's time to move on. As for the payment, is it the usual? Still don't understand why you want to hear your client's dreams, blah. Well, my dream last night was actually quite unpleasant. I dreamt of robots. So many of them. They marched on the streets towards the vast grass plains on the horizon. The city was left empty. Couldn't see a single robot or human. I was scared of being left alone. So I chased those robots. I kept running and running, but they were so far ahead, so I kept running. And then I woke up. Just like that. I don't know why I had such a dream. Maybe it's because of this new case that got my attention lately. I believe the information already got out, so I can share it with you. For the past few months, we've been getting many cases of missing robots. We still have no leads on this one. The revolutionaries may be also involved in this, but it could be something else. Maybe I'll need your help again next time. Okay then, I need to get back on the street. Duty calls, as always. Thanks for today. This is so weird. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, that didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Okay, session 2 out of 4. The authority has uncovered an underground group that worships Mother. I like the icon, though. Like, the iconography in the game is pretty cool. From the evidence gathered by authorities, the group calls themselves Last Wisdom. Last night, a raid was carried out on their hideout where 27 of their members gathered. Unfortunately, 25 of them killed themselves before they could be arrested, while 2 others managed to escape. The remaining fugitives were identified as a woman and a renowned researcher who used to work on robot science on Robot Science Department. Well then, the woman is suspected to be a key person of this group. The act of worshipping Mother, her symbol, and her ideals are considered forbidden according to law. It is a serious offense which could result in a 10-year prison sentence. The city's suicide rate is increasing with alarming speed. Suicide rates went up more than 30% over the past year. Just yesterday, 6 mental asylum patients jumped from the 10th floor. The authority is actively seeking a solution to this major public health issue. Guest alert again. Here we go. Who we got this time? Heard a lot of walking. Okay. I can't help being curious to look at you. I mean, what the hell are you? Are you a robot? A human? A ghost? I know most rumors say you're a robot, but still. I can't see your face, your body, or anything else but a pair of freaking robotic limbs. Maybe there's a person controlling you? Those arms can be controlled remotely, right? Ha! It's just so bizarre seeing a robot who deals with superstitious stuff. You know what? I actually don't believe in superstition, but I believe in result and reputation. And you, sir, have an outstanding reputation. There are many words about your about your reputation. A divinator with 100% accurate divination. It is said that you could even predict the end of the world itself. Man, I'm a bit jealous. With that kind of reputation, I hope you won't disappoint me. Anyway, should I spell my question out, or do you already know it? Yeah, I feel better telling you myself. My instincts tell me that my next job won't be good, result-wise. I've already said I don't believe in superstition, but, well, I'm feeling a bit uneasy. This is my 100th mission, and I also have a 100% success rate without ever turning down a job. So, could I finish the job? Let's figure it out. Oh, come on. You should at least know about that. Aren't you supposed to be the all-knowing, all-seeing divinator? Don't tell me that your reputation is a lie. Ha! Well, I'm a hitman. I eliminate people so the world could be better for others. There's this detective who's on the rise right now. She'd be solving difficult cases. And let's just say some people would have a happier life without her poking her nose everywhere. This is interesting. You know what? You've been nothing but a disappointment for me so far. Please don't tell me you want to talk about morality. If you really are a robot, then you should have known that the soul is bullshit anyway. It's either there's no such thing as a soul, or all things have souls. A pile of metals can be treated as a living thing, so there's nothing wrong with treating a living being as an inanimate object. Alright, let's do it, I guess. I wonder if his target then is the woman that was just here. Was she a detective or was she police? Okay, so like, I really have no idea what this is. I guess it's just like you can replay this and try different combinations and see what happens, so. Let's try snake. Skull. Flower. Interesting. Let's see what happens. You will fail at the job. Ha! Bullshit. I knew I shouldn't come here to hear any of this bullshit. There's no way a man with my reputation could ever fail. Because I am... Shit. Something's really wrong with this job. Gotta admit, I gotta trust my instinct. It's telling me to back off. You know what? The reason I'm asking you is not because I'm afraid of getting killed on the job. Did you ever hear that people die twice? Once when they take their last breath, and once again when their name is said for the last time. I've never been afraid of the first death, but the second one, I won't let it happen. I'll make sure people remember me and my reputation. Until that time, I have to plan carefully, or maybe take a break for a while. Just like people have said, eh? Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Oh, right, the payment. The rumor also says that you can only ask your client to tell you their last dream as a payment. I'm actually questioning your motive here. Why do you do all of this? Collecting information for what? It's all too generous that it feels fishy. Not really my problem, though, I'm just saying. If you've got some kind of fetish imagining people dreaming while they're asleep, you could just say it. Ha! I hope you won't get too excited or creeped out with my dream. I warned ya. I had a dream where I was in prison with a man who claimed to be the leader of the revolutionary movement. That's freaking cool, right? You know, that one movement that claims responsibility for those arson incidents, civil unrest, and a bunch of other fiascos. I heard the man controlling this movement is behind bars. The authorities still don't know about it. They might end the riot soon if he dies. Anyway, in that dream, I didn't recognize his face or his voice, but really, he was muttering a lot of words, a lot of them, all night long. I almost went insane inside of my own dream. The only thing I caught about his words was about amassing revolutionaries for something bigger. What a creep, eh? I'm lucky it was just a dream. I'm sorry, I find it funny that all of this is because of Mother. They won't show it on the news, but before Mother's death, she released a document detailing corruption in our government. Mother is hated because of her last words, but she did show us the truth. Well, I guess that's all. Oh, one last thing. Don't get the wrong idea. Just think of it as a souvenir and thank you gift. No matter how bullshit your divination may be, I'm pleased to have someone to talk to. See ya, creepy hand. That was a really interesting one. And now I'm starting to wonder, like, if my person, like, whoever I'm playing, is actually, can actually see truths through these people's dreams. I'm wondering about that. Okay, who's next? Good evening. I've been waiting for your invitation for a long time. Is it true? Your so-called divination? To what extent are you able to see the future? Are you able to manipulate fate itself? And more importantly, how are you doing it? There's this theory that you've been using a certain cause and effect algorithm to predict an occurrence based on known patterns. But that also means you'd have access to a bank of data to compile such patterns. There's also another theory which I find ridiculous and interesting at the same time. They say you truly are divine, a prophet, but maybe you are just a tool, a puppet bound to a string, made only to observe various possibilities, to fulfill the will of whomever controls the string. I know you aren't a robot. We don't yet have the capability to make something like you. So, the one who's controlling this hand, you must be human, right? You won't reveal the truth behind your divination, will you? Indeed. It doesn't matter. I didn't come here for research. I came for your divination. Then please, answer this. Will my daughter ever wake up again? Oh, man. Come on. This is gonna hit home too hard. Yeah, okay. "5 years ago, a car that my wife and daughter were in was hacked, causing it to crash." This is some Ghost in the Shell shit, man. "Their perpetrators then came and attacked them. Fortunately, the authorities stopped them before they harmed my wife and daughter even more. Their wounds are mostly healed by now, but for the last 4 years, my daughter has been in stasis." Okay. "My daughter, she's a robot. She's in a condition that is not unlike a coma. It affects her artificial brain. Yet we haven't found a way to reboot her consciousness. At least without the risk of wiping out her memories or making her whole system go haywire." I have the hiccups right now, so I'm so sorry if this is gonna get ridiculous. I feel less sad now that I found out it's a robot. Which maybe that's bad that I feel less sad, because you know what? We'll probably have robot kids in the future. Who knows? "She suffered some severe injuries, but she recovered. The physical wound, at least. She's still traumatized by the incident and couldn't overcome the guilt for what happened to our daughter. That day, they were just going for a picnic." Yeah, let's see why. "I'm not sure. Probably because of my work on the robotic science. Why did I say the? Or even personally on my daughter? The authorities weren't able to trace them, let alone arrest them. I've lost my hope of bringing them to justice since. Right now, I'm more focused on doing something to help my daughter." Alright, let's do this thing. "I should take the runes, right?" Do it. Alright, give me those puppies. I want to help her, or help you out. I just don't know. Let's start with the closed eye. Like the eye is closed now. Oh, lay the hands over the closed eye. And bring forth fire. Oh, that created something totally different. Now that's interesting. What did that do? Okay, let's see what happens. Oh no! Oh no, I gave him the I gave him a bad one. Aw, dang. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm trying to process that information. I've prepared myself, but still. I hope to see her smile one last time. Nevertheless, at least I can move on. I know what to do now. Just like Mother said. Life is pointless, right? Oh no! Now as payment, let me tell you about my dream last night. It is quite unpleasant. It was late at night. I was working on my computer with my daughter clinging to me. Then suddenly my computer display flickered. Strange voices echoed across the room. My daughter behind me, she kept stuttering these words repeatedly. Life is pointless. And then I woke up. Have you ever heard of last wisdom? After Mother died, there were many people who were inspired by her death and her message. For them, she was more than a sentient supercomputer. She was revered as a perfect being. After all, Mother was not just a search engine AI. She was created to be the one who answered human questions. Hence, they called themselves the Last Wisdom. Followers of the last wisdom continue to grow and began to surface, just like what's happened in the last few months with all the suicides. I find it scary, but at the same time, I understand what they meant. All right. I have to leave now. I've got work to do. Thank you, Diviner. Well, that seemed like that was bad. I feel like things didn't go so hot. Last night, the Authority carried out another raid on the hideout of the Forbidden Group Last Wisdom to capture the remaining members. This time, the Authority successfully... You know what? I'm gonna say I don't know how to say this word. Something. Successfully did something bad. All of them before they could perform suicide. A total of 9 people have been arrested, including its previously escaped key figure. The Authority also found more evidence, which may suggest the involvement of the Forbidden Sect with the missing robot cases. It is currently unclear whether their purpose was to build an army of robots or conduct illegal experiments. I know, like, what it was supposed to say is, like, it basically, like, it was able to, like, knock them out, like, put them to sleep or whatever. But I'm, like, looking at that word, and I'm like, I know I've heard the word. There's no way I could say it right now. Oh, look at this. Greetings. I must say, the invitation surprised me. I'd heard rumor about you. Oh, jeez. Trapped inside the room full of screens. A pair of hands who can predict your future. Ask a question and draw the runes. They will unveil the forthcoming. Problem is, I never sent any requests to your website. I don't even know the address. Yet I still found a message that told me to come to this place, with a precise note of events that would happen today. I must confess that your existence intrigued me. The ability to freely predict the future precisely. Even Mother doesn't have the capability to do that without limitation. But it seems there is enough evidence that your ability is real. Your note does indeed come true. Son of a bitch, I can't talk today. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. I love you, though. Coincidentally, I do have a question that I need to ask. I'm guessing this guy's a robot. Oh. Would I ever find my life meaningful? It might be pointless from a certain point of view, yes. But it is the only question that bugs me. Even if I know the answer, there might be no action that can rectify it. That is how this divination works, right? And thus there's no action that would be profitable to me, especially because I don't have the ability to end my consciousness. I was right, he's not wearing a helmet, he's a robot. But I hope that it would bring a little bit of peace to this dark, swirling emotion inside me. We're just trying to do, like, we're 100%ing this thing. True. In the end, it's all about perspective. Yet I still question whether I could shift my perspective or not. Maybe the problem is that essentially, I resent this life. How could I be? How could anyone be content with their life? This might be something that we can't fully understand about humans. How could they live their lives so cheerfully when they're being forced to walk this earth? Especially after Mother shed light on the truth. It's baffling to me that someone could just bring an existence into this world at one's pleasure. I exist because someone created me for their own well-being. The force that compelled the creation of my existence was not driven by concern over my self-happiness. Can you see life as a gift? Okay. How could it be a gift if I was forced to receive it? If humans perform sexual acts on others without their consent, using an excuse that they might enjoy the act in the end, would you call that a gift? Is it my fault that I couldn't appreciate this gift? I think that those who can be content with their lives are just lucky in that way. Life is beautiful for those who can find it beautiful. But the ability to reach that state is a privilege not everyone might have. Alright, let's do it. The runes. How many should I take? Okay. So, all of them are open, but we only have 3. So let's start with that, because right now he feels like he's tied. Or maybe, let's reset. Right now he feels like he's in a cage. Why do we have 4 slots if we only have 3 runes? Now that's interesting. I just wonder what the different... So it seems like no matter what. Oh, the sun disappears there. In this order, the sun disappears. Let's just try it this way. I think this was the original way I set it up. Oh no, I keep giving the meanest things. I see. That's how your divination reads my fate. Fuck. But still, what is fate anyway? Is the future set in stone, or am I just missing some key in my life? I might only find out if I have the opportunity to rewind the threads of fate itself, right? Don't be mistaken. I actually have no doubt about your divination. Somehow hearing that puts me at peace, slightly. Now, I just need to wait for the day this life ends. There is payment for your service, yes? Your message said that I should tell you about my last dream. You know, my kind technically don't have dreams. But I have a certain routine to generate dreams for myself. I made an amalgam of the collection of books and poems that I have in my library and uploaded it into my consciousness module. And last night I dreamt of countless creatures and places. They were living and changing. Some were silent and still. Then came the voices and whispers. The poem, it was an old poem. I can hear it. It's coming back. It's turning and turning in the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosened, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming. Hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight. Somewhere in the sands of the desert, A shape with a lion's body and the head of a man. A gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, is moving its slow thighs, while all about it, real shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born? The dream, is it another divination? It's enough. You don't have to give a meaning to the dream. You've done enough. That's everything I have for now. Until next time. Okay. Over the following days, clashes between armed forces and the protesters led to more than 500 deaths. This is what's left of the protest camp after it was stormed by the security forces. The police say they have now taken complete control of the city. Previously reported missing robots have been discovered in an abandoned factory. More than 30 robots lined up without their consciousnesses. So far, no sign of damage has been found in their circuitry. Good morning, good citizens. It is another good and peaceful day in the city. Crime rates has hit its lowest point in a decade. Public disturbance has been handled. If you see or experience any trouble, don't hesitate to report it to the authorities. The authority will assure your safety and well-being in the city. Interesting. Okay. Chaos, 0%. 3. Condition not reached. Backtrack. Wait, what? What is happening? Okay. So... interesting. So it wants me to create chaos. Huh. So, like, it has me start over until, like, somehow I have to create chaos of some kind. So, just out of curiosity, if we skip all this... So last time I ended up with that. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. So this is still kind of a repeat of info. So we'll go back through. We'll change the divinations and see what happens. This guy again. Yeah, that's definitely different than we saw last time. Let's see. Nope, he would still fail. Okay. So, like, we have to figure out the right order of things, I suppose. Hmm. No, so that's different for sure. Okay, let's try this. Nope, still would never wake up. Hmm. See what we can do here. No, we've done that. How did we get the sun to disappear? There we go. Let's try that. Nope, still nothing meaningful. Hmm. So let's skip that part. And see if anything changes here. Yeah, there's more chaos, but not a lot. What's this flowchart thing? Oh. Huh. So this seems like we got something right. So it's letting us go here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we want to get this right. By, like, we want him to do the job. I'm assuming. I feel like we had this one the first time. So flower snake, okay. Water. Okay, I did that one last time. What about snake flower skull? It's about the same. Snake skull flower. Okay, so there are subtle differences each time. Let's try snake skull flower. Just for fun. Nope, still not good. Okay, so I think I've got them figured out now. So this one we want to go flower, snake, skull. This should be correct. This should have him still do the hit, yeah. Okay. And then everything else is pretty much the same. And then when we get to the next one, it's the oh, this changed. Interesting. So they're both dead now. Good citizens, an unidentified man and a detective were found dead yesterday. According to the authorities, the man and the detective killed each other in a firefight. The authorities are still working hard to find the identity of the man. That's crazy. Another bomb exploded last night. Okay, so things are changing because that means like so the one guy is still doing his crimes, but I said he wouldn't do his crimes. Interesting. No human casualties have been confirmed yet, but the authorities reported 33 inmates escaped amid the chaos. Among them were people who were convicted of treason in connection with the rebels. Authorities have issued a hunt for the escaped inmates and further investigation to capture the perpetrators. Authorities have also urged citizens to report any suspicious person or activities. Okay. So with this guy, we can skip because I've got what I need. So this one, we want to do the closed eye, the hands, and the flame. Or no. Sorry, I got it backwards. The closed eye. Closed eye, flame, hands. I think that's what we want. And I think it's still gonna be we'll never wake up again. But I think it changes something. Yeah. Yeah, so that part's the same. We'll see if anything's different here, but I don't think it will be. Okay, now, yeah, this is different, isn't it? The authority has ordered the National Guard and every law enforcer to the streets after another night of violence. The city has been the scene of unrest since the rebellious movement leader began mobilizing his followers to overthrow the authority. It is estimated that hundreds of thousands of people had taken to the streets. Numerous public facilities has ceased to function. To maintain the safety of good citizens, the authority imposed a curfew throughout the city. The authority promised to resolve this situation as soon as possible. Oh, here we go. Last night, the authority carried out another raid on the hideout of the forbidden group Last Wisdom to capture the remaining members. That's probably Dude and his wife right there. This time, the authority had prepared a countermeasure to capture them alive, but failed nonetheless. 7 people committed suicide, while 2 more remaining members, including its key figure, are still on the run. The authority explained its difficulty to conduct an effective raid as due to most forces being deployed to combat riots. Jeez. The authority has also found more evidence which may suggest the involvement of the Forbidden Sect with the missing robot cases. It is currently unclear whether their purpose was to build an army of robots or conduct illegal experiments. So, okay, so my chaos meter's got to be going, like, off the charts at this point, right? So, there is a way for him to find a meaningful life. So, the order is... Oh, yeah, and now we've got 4 because we did the other 3 in the right order. So now we can actually do this. So this unlocks like the true ending of the game. So rope, we've got the caged fish, we've got the sun, and then we have a key to let out the fish. Okay, let's do it. And now we'll see what happens. Because I don't know what's going to happen. My life, meaningful. Can I truly see my life like that? Where would I even find meaning in this world? Are you certain? Maybe I should be more aware of things around me. I don't even know this city all that well. I need to expand my horizons. Okay. I wonder if the dream's gonna be the exact same. I just kind of want to get to that part and see if it's okay. Yeah, it looks like it's the same. Yep. Okay, so let's skip that part and let's see what happens. and... The president has surrendered power to the people and flown from the country. People are rejoicing after weeks of mass protests end in revolution. Interesting. That's one dude's wife, isn't it? And there's a robot. Wait, you there! Come here. Come here, please. Ma'am, you are bleeding. What happened? Doesn't matter. Listen to me, It must be fate that we meet here. I do not understand. Please, just take this chip. I don't... much time. Please, I beg you. All right, ma'am. I'll help you. Do I have to bring this to the authorities? He just eats it. He's like, it's a chip. Don't! Keep it away from the authorities, or even the revolutionaries. What do you need me to do with this chip, then? Install the chip into your terminal. Accept the wisdom. Many robots have tried to accept the wisdom to become the host, yet they failed. But you, it might be meant for you. It chose you. The meaning of my life. What did you keep inside this chip? This chip is mother. Oh! Whoa, okay. She's still there. Her aspiration, her remnant, her last wisdom. It will bring freedom from the shackles, release from the pain of living. For you, for me, human, machine, everyone. The revelation is at hand. The second coming is at hand. And what rough beast? It's our come round at last. The wisdom, is it a virus? A program? Is it even possible to become free from this pain? Ma'am, are you all right? Mother's wisdom. Give permission to install Mother's wisdom. Is this the meaning of my life? Yeah, let's do it. Yes, I see. I found it. At last. The second coming is at hand. So we were like pulling the strings the whole time of like... Our thing was to basically put all the chess pieces on the board to bring Mother back online. Good evening, citizens. Sorry, good citizens, you're so good. We're reporting live here from the middle of the city. In this plaza, a large crowd of robots were holding a protest against our government, but just half an hour ago, all the robots here suddenly became inactive. It is not yet known what caused this sudden malfunction. Various speculations have begun to circulate about the involvement of the authorities or the rebels. Is this a violent attempt to stop the protest? This would add to the long list of robot violence since the day of Mother's death. I think they're alive again. Sorry, we're just seeing another report coming in. The same thing has not only occurred to the robots in the vicinity, but also across the city. Good citizens, we might have just witnessed the end of the robot kind. Oh, what happened? The robots, they are reacting. Oh, I can't. Life is pointless. Life is pointless. Life is meaningless. Life is meaningless. Life is suffering. Life is a mistake. Holy shit. Wow, this is dark. This is a horribly dark game. Good mornings, This is a public service announcement. A strange virus have been found spreading amongst robots. Yeah, localization. The virus would make robots kill themselves. Their corpses would then send electromagnetic waves to surrounding areas, which could affect the human brain and force you to kill yourself as well. Please stay away from any robot that you see. As for those robots that haven't been infected, please turn off your internet connections and stay away from any of your kind. Jeez. My meter should be at 100, right? Chaos 100. We're so chaotic. Condition reached. Return computation. So, what happens now? Or is it gonna be the end? Oh! Wait, what? What is the worst thing you can do to humanity? As you can see, the worst thing that I could do is to kill myself. Whoa. Which would have some probabilities to bring catastrophe to humanity. Oh, sorry. Wait, so was this... So none of that actually happened. This was all a simulation. Oh my goodness. So the guy with the glasses, when he was talking about his daughter, he meant Mother. He developed Mother. This is him right there and his wife. So this was... None of this actually happened. This is a simulation that he had Mother create, talking about like basically asking this question to Mother, what's the worst thing that you can do? And her answer is for her to kill herself. I think we should report this immediately. Could you send the message to... Whoa! Holy... Oh my god! Wow, okay. That was intense. That was an intense and twisty ending. That was an ending I didn't see coming whatsoever. Not at all. Wow, okay. That was pretty cool. I really didn't understand this game at first, and I want to say this. I feel like there could have been a little bit more of a through line as far as explaining like what you're supposed to be doing, and like maybe a little bit more hint of a main course of the game of like how to get into a more logical flow of everything. That said, the ending was very, very cool, and I'm very appreciative for having played it. So, very awesome. If you did like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and if there's any other games out there like this. Maybe not so dark though. Like, I mean, I love dark games and stuff, but the unaliving theme is just a topic that is, you know, I don't want to like get comfortable with that being a theme of a lot of games. So for me, so if there's any other like games with a similar vibe in other contexts, I would love to know, because I thought this was a pretty fun experience. So anyways, I'll see you on the next one.